Hello again, guys. I continue with the next card. It's Beast Deity Kick Barbaros. This is support for Barbaros deck, but there is not really much card for it. I mean only King Barbaros, Beast King Barbaros, and Beast Machine King Barbaros, but only those. There is no much Barbaros monster for this archetype. So this is level 8, Earth Monster, Beast Warrior. Attack is 3000, defense is 1200. Archetype Barbaros. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. So if your opponent controls like 5 monsters, you can attack all of them during battle phase. You can only use each of the following effects of Beast Deity King Barbaros once per turn. So you can use both effects but once per turn. You can tribute monster whose total levels equal 8 or more, special summon this card from your hand. So you can tribute monsters whose total levels equal 8 or more, but they should be on field, not from hand. And you can special summon it from hand. So yeah, if you have enough strong monster that you don't need, for example, or if you need Beast Deity King Barbaros for some reason, you can special it. You can banish one face-up Barbaros monster you control or in your graveyard, so you can banish this or some of those if you control it or it's in your graveyard. Then target 2 cards your opponent controls, destroy them. Well, this won't work for Blue Eyes Max Darren. It won't work for Blue Eyes because cannot be targeted. Also, it won't work for Boil World because cannot target. Or it won't work for any cards that cannot be targeted by card effects. So yeah. Next card is Gizmek Inari, the Grain Storage Fox. This is probably one of the Gizmek monsters. If you don't know what is Gizmek, you can see it. At least someone probably used Gizmek Kako, the Supreme Shining Sky stack already. Or if you play Grand Machu, you probably use Gizmek Rochi, the Prentron Sky Slasher. So this is the next step of the Gizmek. Gizmek Inai, the Grain Storage Box. It's Earth Machine monster, so it's machine, so you can use it on Gears or Orcust. You can use it in Orcust deck profile because it's machine, but let's see his effect first. It's level 7, Earth Monster Machine, level 7, attack 2250, defense 2250. Each time your opponent normal or special summon a monster, inflict 300 damage to them. So this is a burn card that burn opponent if he normal or special summon. You can only use each of the following effects of Gizmek Inari, the Grain Storage Fox, once per turn. If a monster is special summoned from the deck, except during the damage step, so you can use those, both effects, but once per turn. If a monster is special summoned from deck, except damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Yeah, so if someone special monster from his deck, not extra deck, but from deck, you can special this from hand. If this is normal or special summon, so it could be normal if you tribute, 2 monsters, but it could be special by his first effect. So if you special summon it or normal it, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Special summon from your hand or deck one monster with attack defense the same, and with the same attribute as the targeted monster. Well, that could be probably harder if you use Orcus deck profile, but if your opponent play Orcus also, or you play Shadow, and your opponent play Shadows, or if you have exactly same attack and defense and same attribute like opponent monster for some reason, you can special from your hand or deck that monster. This is not so strong, but it's more like burning, and you can special for something. It's level 7, so I'm not sure for what you can use it, but you can work. Next card, Trias Hierarchia. Not sure what is it. It's light and fairy. It's level 9, attack 1090, defense 2090. Blank your main phase. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, it's quick effect, so it could be your main phase or your opponent's main phase. You can tribute it up to 3 fairy monsters. So this is monster for fairy deck archetype. Fairy deck could be like I don't know, Dark World. They're all fairies. All fairies. Or Melodious. They're all fairies here too. So yeah, it's for fairy deck archetype. Special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then you can apply the following effects in sequence. In sequence means first use first effect, then use second effect, depending on the number of monsters tributed. So the number of monsters tributed for this summon. You can tribute it up to 3 fairy monsters. But you should tribute it from your field still. You can't tribute it from your hand. So yeah, you can only use this effect of Trias Hierarchia once per turn. So you can use 2 plus and 3 in sequel, but only once per turn. So if you tribute 2 or 3 or more, destroy one card your opponent controls. If you tribute 3 exactly, draw 2 cards. So if you tribute 2, probably will be better, because you can use also first effect. But if you only tribute 2, you can still destroy one card your opponent controls, and this card doesn't target. So you can destroy Max, or something that doesn't target. You can destroy, I don't know, Boerwald, because Boerwald target. So yeah. The next card is Cataclysmic Crisp Chillbrain. But this sounds like something crispy, like some potato chips. I don't know why. It's water, it's fairy, it's level 8, attack 2060, defense 200. If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. So this is work for water monsters when it's destroyed by battle or opponent card effects, and should be in your hand to special summon, and then send one random card from opponent hand to graveyard. You can only use this effect of Cataclysmic Crisp Chillbrain once per turn. This is, I don't know, it's good if you XYZ for rank 8. This is fast special summon. But for other ways, I don't think it's so strong card. Next one is Union Driver. This is Machine Union. You can special summon it with cards like, I don't know, base. I think there was a base spell. But I could be wrong. Yep, frontline base. This can special summon one level 4 or lower Union monster. This is Union. But this is more than 4 or lower. This is 5, so can be special summon with Union base. Frontline base. Let's see, it's Light Machine Union effect. Life level 5 for attack 200, 2100, for defense 1000. Once per turn you can either target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to the target. So you can equip it to a monster, or unequip this card and special summon it. So you can use one of those effects. You can equip it, or you can unequip it if you equip it with other effect or in your previous turn. Or unequip this card and special summon it. Okay. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle card effect, destroy this card instead. This is normal for all Union monsters. You can banish this equipped card. So you can banish it. I guess I'm not sure. It said you can banish this equipped card. So it probably should be on field or banish it. Equip one appropriate level 4 or lower Union monster from your deck. The monster this card was equipped to. So you can target another Union monster from deck and to equip it to the equipped monster that was equipped. So it's Machine and Union, so you can use something like ABC. Assault. If you play ABC, you can try Assault Core, B Buster Drake, or C Crush Wyvern. All of them make ABC Dragon. So Assault Core is Machine Union. Buster Drake, I'm sure it's a Union. And C Crush. Wyvern. Crush Wyvern. Union again. So you can use it in ABC machine deck profile. This card. You can only use this effect of Union Driver once per turn. This is obvious. Next one, Malice, Lady of Lament. Level 3, Dark. Fiend effect. Fiend monster, attack is 1000, defense 1000. Quick effect, this can be used on your turn or your opponent's turn. You can tribute 2 monsters, then target one of your normal traps that is banished or in your graveyard. So you should tribute 2 monsters. You can tribute token, or you can tribute something other. Set it to your field, but place it on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Malice, Lady of Lament. Probably you can say where this card belongs. There is an archetype for this. Let me see it. Layer of Darkness. Yep. And this card say this is whole archetype. All face-up monsters on the field become dark. Once per turn, if you would tribute a monster you control to activate a card effect, you can tribute one dark monster your opponent controls. So, for use this card and this card, you can tribute Malaise to set, and with Lair of Darkness one monster your opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Once per turn during the end phase, special summon as many torment tokens as possible to the turn player's field in defense position, up to the number of monsters tributed this turn while this card was face up. So you can tribute also tokens you have on your field. So this works good. And Lair of Darkness use traps like Virus. Probably you know them. Full Force Virus, Deck Devastation Virus, Eradicator Epidemic Virus, Crush Card Virus, Crush Card from Season 1 even. Or Season 5 for no matter. Kaiba use cards like Crush Card Virus. So this is very good for Lair of Darkness, deck profile. You probably know this. Next one is a Hand Trap card, Evening Crescent and Autumn Shower. It's Wind, level 3 zombie. It's Tuner zombie, like Ash Blossom, but I don't think Ash Blossom is Tuner. Yep, is Tuner. Ash Blossom is Tuner. So you can use it for Synchro if you want, but probably it's Hand Trap. So attack is 0, defense is 180, just like Ash Blossom. If your opponent special summon a monsters face up, except during the damage step. So if your opponent special summon, no matter extra deck, no matter from where, you can discard this card. You can discard this card. Then target one of those face-up monsters. Even if he's special 2, you can target only one. Negate its effects until the end of this turn. Also, if that face-up monster leaves the field this turn, the player who controlled it takes damage equal to its original attack. So you can make something like Topping Utopia combo. Let's say your opponent, I don't know, he play Utopia double, then he detached for playing Utopia 39, number 39 Utopia. Then you can use Evening Crescent to negate effect of top of number 13 Utopia, so he cannot negate his attack. And also, if it leaves the field somehow from Dark Hole or Torrential Tributor somehow, it takes damage equal to its original attack. But his original attack is 250, so it won't take 500. Because he will double it, but he won't take 250, not 500. So yeah, it's not so bad. It could be save you, like negate monster effect, but probably Ash Blossom will be better for if your opponent adding. And most of the decks is like cards that opponent adding from deck to hand, or special from deck or anything like that. So, but it's work. Okay, next card is Jewel Beast Argosaurus. It's light, level 1, the dinosaur. This is for dinosaur deck, of course. Attack 0, defense 0. If this is normal or special summoned, you can destroy one dinosaur monster in your hand or face-up field, except Jewel Beast Argosaurus. So you can use like a baby, I don't know, You can use cards like Petit Pteranodon, babies, what? Baby Ceratosaurus. If it destroyed and sent to graveyard, special summon. So this is for dinosaur deck profile. Then add one reptile, sea serpent or winged beast monster with the same original level as the destroyed monster, or one evolution pill. What is evolution pill? Spell card. You can use ultra, but probably if you play dinosaur deck you will play double evolution pill, or something monster like Tyranno. Ultimate Conductor Tyranno probably you will play. Or one evolution pill spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Javel Beast Argosaurus once per turn. So yeah, this is like sending for Babysaurus or Petit Dragon for their effects, and Searcher for double evolution pill. Yeah, 2 in 1, which is very good. So good support for dinosaurs. Next one is Landscaper Goldilocks. This is level 10, Earth Machine Monster. Attack is 0 and defense is 3000. So this is something like support for trains. What is the trains? Trains are monster like Express Train, Trolleyoli, but it's level 4. Let's say you want to use good way of trains. So you will probably want something like Super Express Bullet Train for level 9, for level 10, or Heavy Freight Train Day Crane for something, for summoning something like I'm not sure what was it. Cannon. You can special summon from extra deck something like Rail Cannon, Juggernaut Leap that make damage, or something like Super Dreadnought, Rail Cannon, Gustav Max to make burning damage, 200. For the touch one, you need 2 level 10. So yeah, this is good card for trains. If this card is normal or special summon to a zone that is not the center main monster zone, this means it don't need that you shouldn't play this card in not center main zone. Or maybe you should because it says destroy this card. So you better special summon in center main monster zone, whatever it is. So in this case you have 5 places, so the third should be a center main monster zone. It gains 300 attack while it is in the center main monster zone. Once per turn you can choose one of your unused main monster zones. Move this card in your main monster zone to that zone, so you can change the zones if you don't like to be in the center. Then destroy all other cards in the same columns. Columns means like Goldilocks here. Same columns of Goldilocks will be Ancient Warrior Saga 100,000 Taros and Ancient Warrior Strategist Zukong and Archnemesis Protoss. So you see this is common. All other cards in the same columns as its previous zone. It's previous, so he starts from the center. So as its previous zone means columns in previous zone in the center zone. It could be moved from the first place to last place on the main monster zone. So previous will be the first place. Its current zone and all zones in between. So it is in the same columns as its previous zones, its current zones, the current zone that is moved to, and those zones in between. Well, that could be very powerful card if you use right, but it could destroy your own cards, like spell traps, if you doesn't use it right. So be careful. This is like main monster card, but be careful really. Next one, Magical Hound. It's Earth Machine Tuner, level 1. Attack is 500, defense is 800. So, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell trap your opponent controls, return it to the hand, and if you do special summon this card, this could be strong card, but you cannot return, how to say it, you cannot return don't remember the card. Well, maybe later. And this effect can be used once per duel. But if you cannot use monster effects, you cannot use this effect. So you should use some cards like Blizzard to negate cards that negate monster effects, like this one, to negate it. Then you can use Magical Hound effect to special summon this card and to return to the hand the other spell. So, next card is AI Contact. This is Ignister support. Ignister, maybe you know it. This is a deck profile that I human form play. He play monster like Gusari and Gachiri versus Playmaker, and of course the first 6 arrow Link monster rival Kibers Ignister. So yeah, this is Picard. This is focus more main on Link Fusion Extra and Link Fusion Synchro and XYZ summoning. For Link summon again, for this one, for example. So let's see, Eye Contact, archetype I. It's spell normal spell. If Ignister Island, it's Ignister, this one. This one is your main way to special summon Ignister monster from your hand when you have not Ignister monster on your field. To have it in extra, it's okay, but you shouldn't have monsters in your main monster zone to special summon Ignister monster from your hand. So, if this card, Ignister Island, is in your field zone, reveal one Ignister Island in your hand. If you have, you play 3 Ignister Island and 1 Terraforming, maybe you will have at least 1 or 2 Ignister Island in your hand. If you reveal one Ignister Island in your hand, then place it on the bottom of the deck, then draw 3 cards. You can only activate one eye contact per turn. This is like Pot of Greed, but 1 plus. Then Pot of Greed draw 2. Eye contact draw 3. The only thing is you need to have at least 2 islands in your hands for activating one, and then place the other one in the bottom of the deck to draw 3 cards. But it's good card if you happen to have 2 Ignister Island in your hand. Next card is for Burning Draw. This is for a Burning player that use cards like Saruman Grades. Burning Draw is normal spell. This card is always traded as Saruman Grade card. If your opponent controls more cards than you do, if your opponent uses Dark Hole or Torrential Tribute and then Special Summon, he will control more cards than you do. Target one link monster your opponent controls, if he has. Draw cards equal to its link rating. So it's good if your opponent controls Boreworld, because Boreworld is it's link 4. So if you use this card, you can draw 4 cards, because its link rating is 4. You can see it down the corner on the right. Yeah. You can only activate 1 Burning Draw per turn. You cannot normal or special summon monster the turn you activate this card except fire. But as we all know, Saruman Great card is all fire monsters, so this is not a problem for Saruman Great players. So okay, this is good Saruman Great support, but depends what your opponent have. Next card is Link Burst, again a normal spell. Target 1 Link monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy them, then draw 1 card. This is good if you use something that you don't really need for Link monster. And 1 monster your opponent controls doesn't mean it needs to be Link. It could be normal monster, effect monster, whatever, but should be monster. Then destroy them both and draw 1 card. So this is not bad for Keybears, Saruman Great, whatever you use for links. But I probably will use it on deck that make much links, like Mermails, not Mermails, Marinces, Saruman Greats, Keybears like Decode, Ignister, all of that. You can only activate 1 Link Burst per turn. Next card is Stairs of Mail. This is used for cards like Tindangel. This is another archetype shown in Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains. This is played by brother of Blue Girl. Blue Girl play Marines is her brother Corporation. Boss of Corporation or something like that. Play Tindangel monsters. He fight versus a Playmaker once, but he lose. And I think he and her sister in Blue Girl play against I in human form. And he used that card, Stairs of Mail. If you watch the end episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains, you probably remember this card. So, during your main phase, you can discard 1 Tindangel card. So, Tindangel card could be monster or spell like, I don't know. This is not Tindangel, it's Nigel Protection, but no, there is only this is Tindangel. trap card. So yeah, there's no much spell trap cards. But monsters, probably you will discard monster because all of them are in danger. You can discard one in danger card, then apply one of the following effects, but you cannot discard other cards with the same name with the effect of stare smell for the rest of this turn. So, you can apply one of those, not both, one. But you cannot discard other cards with the same name with the effect of stares of mail for the rest of this turn, but this is continuous card and this card is not once per turn. So just say during your main phase, instead you cannot discard other cards with the same name with the effect of stare mail. So if you discard base card for first effect for activating it, you cannot discard again base card. You should discard Endanger Angel for use it again. So first effect is change one face down defense position monster you control to face up attack position. Change one face down defense position monster you control to face up attack position. Yeah, so if this is face down, it's changed to face up attack. Second effect is change one face up attack position monster you control to face down defense position. This is exactly the opposite. If you change this to attack, you can set it back to defense, face down. So yeah, you can use it twice or whatever you like, but you should discard different cards, all of the times. So you probably you use both effects or just one per turn. Nemesis Adrastea is the next spell, the next card. It's for Nemesis. I talk about it in the next episode, in the previous video. So I don't think you should know more about them for now. So it's quick spell. It's a support for Nemesis. Target one of your Nemesis monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Special summon it. So if you banished with some of those effects, you can target one of them and special summon it. But its original level is 11 or higher. If its original level is 11 or higher, it cannot activate its effects per turn. But it's only work for Nemesis, so if those, with effect of those, you banish Nemesis card, you can return it with Nemesis. And because you won't use those or those for banishing, to banish, you want special level 11 or higher, so it could use its effect of the monster. So yeah. Good support, but need more work. Next card is Deep Sea Area or Deep Sea Archetype. Again, I talk about it in the previous video. You can watch my previous video to know more about Deep Sea Archetype. It's normal spell. Banish one water monster from your graveyard. Add one level 4 or lower sea serpent monster from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one Deep Sea area per turn. So you can add Deep Sea Diva with this effect if you want. Whatever you like. Next card is Chromant Resonator. This is again for Jacket class deck profile. Probably will add Crimson or Red Familiar. Let's see, Command Resonator. This is quick play support archetype Resonator. Discard one Resonator monster. Add one level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. So if you need that monster, but you have another resonator monster in your hand that you don't need, what resonator? All of those. Let's say you don't need Quark resonator, but you have it in your hand, and you need Crimson resonator. You discard Quark resonator with this card, and then add Crimson resonator. So like exchange. This is 0 card. It's not +1 because you discard 1 to add 1. Actually, this could be probably -1 card because you should use this card to send to graveyard and to discard 1 personator. So it's probably -1 card. But it's good searcher for combos like Crimson Resonator combos. Next card, Torpedo Takedown. This is for fish, for shark deck. I talked you about it in the previews with those 2 cards, with those 2 shark cards. Let's see. It's spell, normal spell. Target 1 water XYZ monster you control. Detach 1 material from it, and if you do, inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each card in your hand. So this is like burning in water, okay. And if you do that, the target monster gains attack equal to that damage inflicted by this effect. So this is like booster and burning damage in the same card until the end of this turn. You can banish this card and 1 water XYZ Torpedo Man XYZ monster from your graveyard. So banish this and 1 water XYZ from your graveyard. There are 2 cards. So it's like a Pot of Greed also. So 3 effects in 1 card. Ooh. You can only use 1 Torpedo Takedown effect per turn and only once that turn. So if you use first effect of Torpedo Takedown, you cannot use the second. But if you want to use second effect, you can use cards like Foolish Burial Goods to send this card to graveyard to use its second effect. Because you can use only 1 Torpedo Takedown effect per turn. And only once that turn, no matter you have 2 cards in your hand, for example. Next card is Madouche Salon. This is new support for Madouche deck profile. Maybe some of you watch my deck profile for Madouches in my YouTube channel. But for those who don't, this is archetype Madouche focused on returning cards your opponent control, and if they are sent or destroyed by battle or card effects, they go back to your deck. And there is spells like Madouche Ticket that if your opponent, if your monster Madouche return to deck from graveyard by card effect, you cannot add Madouche monster from deck to hand if you control fairy type Madouche monster, you can special that monster. So yeah, it's like that. So for Madouche Salon, it's continuous spell card, archetype Madouche. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 Madouche monster in addition to your normal summon set. So let's say you summon I don't know, let's say you summon Magillane. Magillane, when it's normal, you can add Madouche monster from your deck. If you have Madouche Salon on the field or activate it from your hand, after that you can normal Angeli. Let's say Magillane add Angeli. You can normal it, use effects, and make more boards for display. So this is cool card because you can normal 2 times, which is very good for Madouches. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Okay, If another Madouchi card or cards is returned from your field to graveyard to your hand or main deck by a card effect, so if this is destroyed or you use some cards like Madouche, Chocolate Mode, Queen Tiramisu, Teacher Guasofle, or Fresh Sister, no matter what effect, that return Madouche cards Madouche cards from your field to graveyard to hand or main deck. Set one Madouche spell trap directly from your deck, except Madouche 7. So you can set spell trap, but if it's trap, you cannot activate it this turn. If it's spell, probably you will set Madouche ticket. You can activate it the same turn. You said it. You can only use this effect of Madouche 7 once per turn. This effect means effect that if another Madouche card is returned from field to graveyard by card effect. This, not the first one. First one it said you can only once per turn. So this is very good card for Madouche support. Yes, very good. Next card is Void Calamity. This is for a Void archetype support. So what is Void? Let me see. Infernuit means Void. Infernuit is Void. Why Infernuit to be Void? They are all. First they are all. They're all Fiend. All of them are Fiend, no matter what. And those could be special if levels and ranks of all effect monster you control are 8 or lower. Should be 8 or lower, all ranks and levels of effect monster. So if you have only links to say, you can special summon. Let's see what it said. You can discard one card, send one Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard. Send Infernuit monsters with different names from your hand and or deck to the graveyard, up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that will special summon from extra deck. So if your opponent controls let's say 3 monsters from extra deck that was special, you can send this card on your turn and send Infernuit monster, all of those, from your hand or deck to the graveyard. But only 3 if it's 3. If it's 4, 4. You can only use one Void Calamity effect per turn and only once that turn. So you can use this card effect to send one Fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. Or if your opponent controls more than one, you can use second effect to send more Infernuit monsters to graveyard. So this card sent Infernuit monster to graveyard to use later their effects, like special summon them, or special summon other from your hand by banishing them, or whatever you think about it. Yeah, it's kind of good, but it's like reasoning. I think it's even less than reasoning, because if your opponents correctly quest wrong, you can special summon, and by the way you can excavate until you can take a card that can be normal or special, and not all of Infernuit can be normal or special, so reasoning could be better, but this is new supported, it's continuous, so it's not bad. Next card, this is for machine type but to Infinitrax. What is Infinitrack? Those are cards that can special themselves or other Infinitracks from your hand or deck. So you can overlay them for Earth Slicer, Mount Smasher, some monster like that, or even link someone who use link effects on XYZ monsters. So yeah, it's different. So heavy forward is support of those Infinitracks. Its spell continues. When this card is activated, you can add one Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand. Yeah, you can add Infinitrack monster. That is a good one. This is Searcher for Infinitracks. Once per turn, you can target one Machine XYZ monster you control, some of them probably. Then activate one of these effects, just one. Change its battle position, or attach this card to it as material. Probably I will change its battle position because I can attach it, but that means I cannot use it already. You can only activate one heavy forward per turn, so be careful. This is good searcher, by the way. Infinitracks are not so easy monsters to get. Next one. Witchcrafter. New archetype. Quick. They are Witchcrafter spellcasters. It's not so new, so most of you already know it. It's like sending one monster of little ones to graveyard. It's a quick effect, most of it. So you can send it to graveyard to special bigger one. And you can use banish effect from graveyard, but there is something like cost for it. Like you can banish this from your graveyard, send one witchcraft from your deck to the graveyard, except him, or like if you have no cards in your hand, or yeah, or if you have non-banish your entire hand, something like that. So this is new support. Probably some of you already played because it's not so new. Some of you maybe watched to become TCG. So let's see it. Witchcrafter Demonstration. It's quick play spell, which means you can play it on your opponent turn also. Special summon one Witchcrafter monster from your hand, and if you do, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to your spellcaster monster's effect activation for the rest of this turn. So you can special summon monster Witchcrafter from hand, and your opponent cannot activate cards or effects to respond to my spellcaster effect activation for the rest of this turn. During your end phase, if you control a Witchcrafter monster, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. So much of the spells traps you can add, but in most cases you should choose to add it from your hand to grave or to use his first effect. You can only use one Witchcrafter Demonstration effect per turn, and only once that turn. The special summon effect is good, and cannot activate cards or effect to respond to effect monsters, also good. So yeah, it's good support. AVY Manifestation, another new, not so new archetype. AVY. You probably know it because there is your Watcher of the Evil Eye, and the mostly iconic card for this deck is AVY of Celine. This card plus any other heavy white card make it just big, because there are effects like if this card is equipped with Heavy Eye of Selene, you can target one, or if this card is equipped with Heavy Eye of Selene, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, or something like that. Yes, you get the point. So, it's normal spell, archetype Heavy Eye. This is new support. Or maybe not so new because it's not new card, but still it will be new in TCG. Special summon one familiar of the ABY token. It's Fiend Dark, level 1, attack 400, defense 400, or if ABY of Selene is in your spell and trap zone, you can special 2 of them instead. This is for Link summon probably. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except Fiend monsters. All of them are Fiends, so there is no problem in this effect. No cost, no nothing. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target heavy spell traps you control with card effects this turn. Cannot target, that doesn't mean they cannot destroy it, if the card doesn't target. You can only use each effect of heavy manifestation once per turn. So each effect, so both effects, but once per turn. Okay. Next card, again, Ancient Warriors Saga 100,000 tiles. This is again support. You probably already watched my video about Ancient Warriors Saga deck profile. I talk in my next videos, in my previous videos about Ancient Warriors already. So you probably know what it means. So its spell continues. Archetype Ancient Warriors. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and one Ancient Warriors monster you control. Until the end of this turn, halve that opponent's monster's attack, and if you do, add that worst attack to that monster you control, even if this card leaves the field. So this card is like the buff for your opponent and buff for your monster. So it gains Ancient Warriors attack and take from other monster your opponent control the attack. But should be face up monster. If it's face down, it won't work. If this card is sent to the graveyard while you control Ancient Warriors monsters with 2 or more different attributes, should be 2 or more different attributes like wind, light, water, or whatever. Let's say you have Valiant Zhangdi and Chief Kaude. You can use this second effect. If this is sent to the graveyard while you control Ancient Warriors monsters with 2 or more different attributes, you can place one Ancient Warriors continuous spell trap from your hand or deck face up on your field, except Ancient Warrior Saga 100,000 tiles. So this is like Searcher, but for field. So what you can set? You can set cards like not set but place. So that means you activate it actually. Place. It's face up. You can place Defense of Changban, Southwest Wind, or Sun Yu Alliance, or 3 visits. All of them, no matter what you target. Except Ancient Warrior Saga 100,000 tiles. Okay, you can only use each effect of Ancient Warrior Saga 100,000 tiles once per turn. So both effects, but once per turn. Okay, good support. It's buff and debuff, and play spell trap card from your deck. But you'd have at least 2 different attributes on your field. Use place effect. and your opponent should have face-up monster for first step. So yeah. Next card, it's Megalith support. We already talked about it in my previous videos. Megalith is ritual summon that can make it from your deck or from your graveyard. So I already showed you this card before. So yeah. Megalith on 4, new support for Megalith. Quick spell, Archetype Megalith. Activate one of these effects, just one. All monsters your opponent controls lose 500 attack for each ritual monsters on field until the end of this turn. Well, this is good if you have at least one or two ritual monsters on field. Also, it said ritual monster on field, so it doesn't say on which field. So your opponent monster could lose 500 attack for his own ritual monsters if he play cards like Necros. So yeah, until the end of this turn, ritual summon one Megalith ritual monster from your deck in defense position by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels are double its level. So you can special summon this, but should tribute cards like this because for it's double of 2. So yeah, it's a good effect. Those are good effects, it's good support, but I don't know. I never played Megalith before. So you probably should check yourself if it's okay for you to play it. Next card, Fusion Dispatch. I guess this card is support for fusion. Polymerization fusion archetype, yeah. It's normal spell. Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck and special summon one of the fusion materials whose name is specifically listed on that card from your hand or deck. What means that? If you say Fight Fury Fusion, this one. Whose name is specifically said. So you cannot use this card. But probably, let me see. You can use Fight for Leo because it said H-Imp Soul. This is specifically said. Or Fight for Bear because it H-Imp Sabres or Fluffle Bear. So both are specifically, so you can summon one of those with that card. You can also use deck like ABC Dragon. ABC Dragon said I assault core, B buster decks, and C crush rival. This means specifically said. This specifically name of a monster in fusion monster name. Okay. From your hand or deck. You can only activate one fusion dispatch per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this card, except fusion monsters. So yes, if you play this card in fusion, but be careful because specifically said like ABC Dragon, but if you use something like Shadow, probably you won't get any work. This said Shadow Monster, no. This said Shadow Monster, Water Monster, no. No. Should be specifically. Maybe it will use for invoked. Why? Because for this won't work because it said invoked monster and one monster that was special summoned. But let's see invoked Mechaba. It said Alistair the Invoke specifically. So yeah, be specifically when you use fusions here. Next one is Beaming Prosperity. This is normal spell card and I can see it for probably plant or extravert or excavate cards because there is Sylvania monster drawn on the card. What is Sylvania? Those of this is very old archetype, but all of those use effects of excavated cards, which means their own main card is Mount Sylvania, which means they send cards from top of the deck to use their effects. So let's see what it said. Probably this will be plant or Sylvan archetype support, but let's see. It's normal spell. Excavate cards from the top of your deck equal of the number of Beaming Prosperity in your graveyard plus 3. So you probably will start with 0 except you use goods, foolish goods, to send 1. Because if you send 1 you will excavate 4, but if you have none in your graveyard you will start with 3. So 0 plus 3 is 3, 1 plus 3 is 4. And if there are 3 card types, which means monster, spell, or trap, among them, add one of them to your hand. Also send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So this works if you have something that should go to the graveyard, or somehow you send monster, spell, and trap cards among them. What means by this? You can use Adamant. No Adamant. Adamantipator deck profile for this. Because this is also applied if you send to graveyard. And also you can place cards on top of deck. The way you want to go. Like spell, put spell on top or trap on top with that card. Or put it said Adamantipator cards and place them on top of your deck in any order. So this is the easier way to play this because there is much chance to get actually monster, trap and spell if you use Adamantipator than actually Sylvania. So yeah. So add one and send other to the graveyard. Otherwise, shuffle all excavated cards into the deck. You can only activate one Beaming Prosperity per turn. This is very good for Adamantipator. It works with Sylvania, but you will prefer Adamantipator here. Probably yes. Next card is for Ignister again, IEQ. To IQ. This is support for Ignister, its trap continues, but this is a very low card for me. I will tell you why. Activate this card only if you control an Ignister monster. If you control, yes. If not control, better not. Each player can only link summon once per turn. This deck probably will need to link summon more than once per turn. While this card is in face up in the spell trap zones. Once per turn during your standing phase, rebut one link monster will destroy this card. So each player can only link summon once per turn while this card is activated. And to keep it, you need to tribute one link monster. So there is no reason to play this card for me. Maybe someone like iHuman form will find a way to play this card, but for me it's useless. Really. Next card is Red Rain. This is support for Red Dragon Archfiend, of course. Or Jack Atlas deck profile. It's normal trap. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, this like something like Red Dragon Archfiend or bigger monster. Banish all monsters on the field except the monster with the highest level, so probably except this synchro monster. Also face up monsters on the field that were not banished by these effects are unaffected by card effects, so your dragon will got unaffected by other card effects, by card effects at all, except their own. Yeah, except their own. Until the end of this turn. If a Dark Dragon synchro monster is synchro summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, so this is probably after you use it, or if you use Foolish Goods, you can add this card to your hand, so you can add it again to your hand to use it again probably. You can only use this effect of Red Rain once per turn, so you can use second effect to add it to your hand once per turn. But his first effect, it's not once per turn. So this is cool way. Cool card. You can, if you have 3, you can activate all of 3 to use first effect. And it's not once per turn, so what's the problem? Okay, it's good support. And the last one for at least for the main deck, for all 60 cards you see here, is XYZ Revive Splash. It's normal trap. Archetype XYZ because this card is used in every XYZ deck profile. You can use in Utopia deck profile, you can use in Gagaga deck profile, or combination, or warrior deck profile that use XYZ, no matter, but should be an XYZ. And probably also in the Shark deck profile because he used probably much of XYZ summons. So, target one rank 4 or lower XYZ monster in your graveyard. This could be Utopia, this could be Utopia double, this could be some of the Shark level 4s, rank 4s. Special summon it, and if you do, it becomes water. Yeah, probably you will play in the Shark. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one water XYZ monster you control, you already summon, or you already summon with splash effect, or you already have. Special summon from your extra deck one water XYZ monster that is one rank higher than the monster you control by using it as material. This is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summoned monster. So this is like rank up magic card. What is rank up magic? Rank up magic is something like rank up magic shape source. Then target one, pay half your life points, target one Red Raptor XYZ monster in graveyard, special summon it. The special summon from your extra deck one XYZ monster that is 2 ranks higher. This is almost like that, but kind of different. Should be 1 rank higher. You can only use one XYZ Revive Splash effect per turn, so you can use second effect if you already have water XYZ monster. Like sending this card with Foolish Goods, or you can use first one for this turn, and only once that turn. Yeah. Well, this is for now, guys. This is for part 2. I will make more parts of this video and explanation for all other cards. So stay tuned. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Also write in comments your ideas or your ideas for next deck profiles or videos, or some comments on for the cards or questions. So yeah, you can write comments, and see you in the next video, and enjoy.